probably gonna have to do something after. But it ain't penance. Confessions at 7 on Wild 94.1.
All right, got your nosy at 7.
Ooh.
Confessions at 7, Confessions AT7 at wild941.com.
The T at 7.
Let's see. This comes from Tyann. Tyann writes, Dear Freak Show, I hate having to write about this, but it's the best way to bring it up without making more drama in the family. My man and I have been engaged going on 2 years. We have a cute little house together with our 4-year-old daughter. He is trying to convince me that it is better for us if we share the expenses in our home 50-50. No change in his job or no income or hardship or anything else. It's just because people are in his ear and 50-50 is just a conversation that is popular now. I don't like it. When he asked me for my hand in marriage, he asked my dad. And my dad was asked, this was before he passed away in 2022. My dad told him, this means that you're asking me to let my daughter leave my care for your care. Can I trust you to take care of my daughter and my granddaughter? And he said, yes, of course. He even sat down with him and showed him a biblical verse that talks about the child leaving the home and going to another man's home. And now he wants to change it up. It feels dishonest to me, and I'm so confused. Like now that we're here and my dad is gone, it feels like it's just dirty. I take care of all of the groceries, so I'm not a princess here. I also take care of most of the stuff with my baby girl. So I'm not like some kept woman. The fight got out of hand when he snapped at me and said, well, your daddy ain't here anymore. So I don't really know if this means he's trying to look for a way out or what. I just don't know how to take it.
Well, don't bring up the dad. That's never the correct way to handle it. Everything is so expensive these days and inflation and all that stuff. I mean, I feel like if you do need to go 50-50 in your relationship for a little while, why wouldn't you help out your man like that?
Why a little while, though?
You're going to get married, so that's 50-50 to begin with, usually.
Okay, I guess the question is, why not start? If you're not going to start there, how do you halfway go through it? I mean, obviously she's very close to her dad, and you're kind of fighting a ghost when you're talking about, your dad and your dad isn't here and he said this or whatever. He
taught her that.
So he's taught you and raised you. It is true. I mean, I know those scriptures. I don't know where they land, but I know that they're in there. But, I mean, somebody talking about 50-50 can just be a conversation. If it's a fight, that kind of feels like, it feels like you're not all in.
Yeah, your husband's asking for help here, and that's all he
Fiancé.
Fiancé. Sorry.
So they haven't gotten married yet.
But
is that a part of it?
But if you guys are going to get married, like, you got to look at this. If he's saying 50-50, like, that's what marriage is 50-50. Now, in this economy,
man, I don't know about this if it's
I'm just saying,
not 50-50 for everybody.
It sounds what he's saying. A lot of people are listening and thinking like he's crazy for it, but 3 words, 1 question. In this economy?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are roughing it right now. So he's asking you for help.
This is your man.
Yeah.
You got to hold him
your
down.
guy.
Like,
That's not I don't know. I was raised, my dad took care of it all.
Right. But I mean, okay, but it is different times at the moment. And it's not like he doesn't want to. It probably hurts his ego that we're at this point. But I mean, even in my relationship, just as an example, there was a time when I was making more than my husband and now he's making more than me. Do you think I would ever throw that in his face? Do you think that that made him feel like a man? No. But at that time, you want to help out your man when he's down. Mm-hmm. That's what. And by the way, if this is the beginning of like difficulty in your relationship, wait till you get married. I mean, there's going to be worse things down the line. I think you need to be a little bit more flexible here.
Yeah, she's your girlfriend and you're telling her, hey, it's not as big a deal as you're playing it. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you need to help out more.
The 50-50 conversation has made her feel a little bit out of sorts. And I will say, back to what she said, no change in job or income and no hardship is just his idea because people are in his ear. So it's not like he had to switch jobs or lost money or, like y'all talking about the economy. This man's money didn't change.
Maybe this has been a problem all along and he felt embarrassed to try to prove to his dad or her dad that he could take care of her and all this stuff. That's why he wants to marry her and all that. And now that he's gone, he's probably just like now trying to admit like, hey, like this is a lot more than I could. Yeah.
Things don't always stay the same.
Yeah, nah. I think he's just realizing now, like, hey, I need a little help. Like, can you help me? He obviously is not saying it because he wants to spend the money elsewhere.
Ooh, 941 says she does groceries and kid duties. What is that? She's tripping and greedy.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's what it sounds like.
Bills is a lot.
I mean,
This is a dedication from your fiance. He says, help me.
be an adult.
Just trying to get 50. Help me. We got text up next. One out of the 813 says, this is why financial situations are always talked about before an engagement.
Yes.
So you can know exactly what you're getting into. That makes a lot of sense
I
right there.
agree. Out of the 813, old boy's truth is coming out. Pay attention to the warning signs. 4-year-old, 2-year engagement, and shows he's already gotten you to go against your dad's wishes. So if you bent on those two, you'll bend here too before y'all marry. Let him go or bend again.
Ooh. Damn. Ooh, I didn't look at it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't either.
So he's testing your gangster.
I don't know if it's testing you, but it's a good point.
Cheryl's on the phone. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing this morning?
Hi, good morning, Freak Show. How are you? Got the kids in the car.
Oh, hey guys. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, strange person on the radio.
Yes, I have a 7-year-old and a 13-year-old in the car with me. So
Okay, all right. So when you hear this change up, as people are referring to it, is it as alarming to you as it is to the writer?
it is very alarming to me because I'm in agreement with you, Orlando. I am a Christian, but it's not just about being a Christian. A man takes care of his household. Meredith, I don't know what you're talking about. I love you so much, but a man takes care of his household before he brings a woman to that house to live with him. A woman comes in and she turns a home into a house, a warm place, a comforting place to grow, your family. So inflation's going to happen throughout all our lives for the rest of eternity. So when a man brings a woman to his house and he's going to multiply, he takes care of all them bills. Now, if your man gets sick and he's not able to work and take care of you, that's a different story. That's when that wife steps in and does everything she needs to do. And a woman can have a little part-time job, making sure that there's constant cash flow coming into the home. But for it to go 50-50, no, because a man is made to handle that type of work. He is made to go to work if he needs to 2-3 jobs.
Hey, Cheryl, let me tell you, I hear what you're talking. Rich on here rolling his eyes. Just to let you know, I thought he was having a seizure, girl. I was like, what's wrong with Rich?
That's what I'm made for? I'm made to pay these bills and that's it?
She was raised
But
right.
but when Rich comes home, does he cook that meal? Does he do them dishes, do the homework, make sure that the children's education is going as it should? Because my children, I make sure that their academics are on point. I go to them teacher conferences.
There you go.
I put in that extra work inside the home so that my man doesn't have to do that. I go to the grocery store if I need to.
All right, Cheryl, but let me tell you this. My money didn't change, but this economy did, right? So what do you say to that? Like, I need more money. I need help.
Well, Rich, then you need another job.
She told you.
Damn.
She's old school. She's old school.
This is why I'm single.
Rich, you knew me before I'm not talking about me and you, but I'm saying as an example, before I came to live with you in your home, you knew the deal because I was straight up forward with you. This is how I want to live my life. And if that situation arises, we've already discussed it, so you go get that second job.
And that's her situation. That's the agreement that they have.
You know
in
what?
their
Yeah, they had that agreement at the beginning.
That is the agreement you had with the father,
That's
so
more
I need
rare,
to honor that.
I would
No,
say
thank
these
you. Let me tell you, Cheryl, you have a lot of responses that
Yes,
are
you
firing
do.
through the text right now. Some people are with you, and some people are like, that lady's crazy. But you know what? It brings a good point to the conversation,
does.
though. So I wanted to make sure I thanked you for that.
All right, guys. Well, you have a great and blessed morning, and let me hear what the rest of these conversations sound like.
Okay, I will. Thanks a lot, Mama. All right,
Interesting point of view.
We got Anthony in Plant City. Anthony, what did 50-50 do to you in this email?
Yeah, man. No, it should have been 50-50 from the jump.
See?
And from what I'm thinking is he's testing the waters and seeing where her mind is at. Because he probably does really need some help. And what is she going to do, kick him while he's down? Come on.
Yeah.
He's just asking for a little bit of help. Just help him out and call it a day and stroll on along, because it isn't up. Well, let me use my situation for example. When me and my wife first moved in together, everything was 50-50 from the jump. But we had that conversation, and right now I just think Buddy is testing the waters and trying to see where her mind is at and see if she will even help him out. Because, they got kids. Kids are expensive. Daycare is expensive. Food is expensive.
Yes.
So he's seeing if he's got a rider. You saying he's seeing if he's got a rider.
You said what?
He's like seeing if he's got like a rider. He's seeing if he's got somebody who's going to ride with him through this. And so that's how he's testing?
That's how I'm feeling, yes, sir.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, man, appreciate it, Anthony. Listen, I'm not saying there's a right or wrong, and a lot of people responded to Cheryl's kind of way, but that was a very traditional way.
And that works for them.
You had a home before I got here, and now I come in and I make that house. You had a house and a lifestyle, and I came in and I rounded out the rough edges and made it.
And he agrees with that. She found a man that likes that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I would say if that's what you're looking for, it's probably harder to find a man like that.
I'm going to be real. Like the 50-50 thing, I think is a little, like you're asking a lot right there. But I think to help
Asking
a little.
a lot?
No, like for him to say 50-50, like especially if he had that conversation with the father before and was like, hey, I'm going to take care of her, then the 50-50 thing is a little crazy.
But they already did
for.
everything backwards. They had a baby before they even got engaged.
But
Now
listen,
they're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
but there's a difference between paying for mortgages and bills and then just paying for groceries. That's like a couple $100s compared to thousands of dollars. So maybe just help him out. Don't make it 50-50. Just be like, hey, you know what? I don't mind helping out, doing a little bit more towards the bills, paying a little bit more. Like, I will help you out. Like, compromise. Like, don't go 50-50.
Yeah, I hear you. Out of the VA, this caller is not with the times at all. Sorry, these traditional roles are not the same now. My wife and I both have graduate degrees and over $200,000 in student loans. We put all of our income in a joint account and we spend money jointly. Wild to say, men are made for this and women are made for that, maybe in the 50s or 60s.
Okay. Yeah, and we're getting a lot of those responses as well that agree with that.
This one,
Listen, we got Nick on the phone. Hey, Nick, what's up?
Man, I'm glad y'all put me through because I got some things to say.
Welcome.
What you got, Nick? Make it short because we wrapping up.
Look, man, let me make it quick. So if a man is telling you, hey, I need help, if I'm saying that I got this from the jump, okay, I might have this for the first 5 years. After 5 years, I might be getting tired. And I'm telling you, I need some help. Let's go 50-50. I've been married for 12 years. Y'all relationship is not going to last if y'all are doing the same thing that y'all been doing since day one. Because just because I've been doing it since day one, that don't mean that I want to keep doing it for the rest of my life. I'm tired, boss.
Doesn't that doesn't that mean that you really should, like some people said, you should have initiated that at the beginning just so you can have a good foundation. That whatever you start with is what you trying to hold on to, right?
No, that's not true. Just because I start with this, things change. You can get a better job in the future and I still got the same job. Why should I keep working and paying most of the bills when you now have a better job? To me, ultimately, it depends on, it boils down to who is making the most money in the relationship. If she's making the most money in the relationship, I shouldn't be doing, 50-50.
Well, what about it this way? Like somebody just wrote in and said, if you have somebody who's making more money now, then that means more is going to savings. So you still you stay on your square and you're taking care of what you were taking care of. And now she's got some elevated income. Now she's putting that into your savings.
Yeah.
Like, so her part is making sure that y'all build some coffers. You know what I mean?
Yes, but while that's true, while the savings might be looking good, I might be struggling to pay these bills. I need help now, boss. Yeah,
I need help, boss. I need that on the shirt.
And I could be working 40.
Yeah, I got you. I know it makes sense.
Yeah.
It definitely makes sense. I appreciate
This
it.
is the biggest point. This is the biggest point I want to make, because women always say that this whole men need to work and they take care of the household too. Hey, newsflash, we want to spend time with our kids too.
Oh.
We want to be home. I
Yeah.
want to be with my son. I don't want to be at work. Like when I come home and my son is already asleep because I left before the sun came up and I came home after the sun already done went down, I feel some type of way. I want to see my son too.
Yeah,
You
that
at
part.
home, you at
And he's
home
speaking.
with your child all day. I'm missing all of that. No, if you can work 40 and I can work 40 and I get to see my son half the time that you see him, I feel like that's the best thing. That's why these dads are growing up nowadays and they don't even know their children.
Yeah, no, that's a
The kids
very
don't
good
even know
point.
the dads. I want to get to know my son too. I don't want to just be a workhorse.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
understand.
that makes a lot of sense. And you getting a lot of amens on here on the
Yeah.
text.
There you
So
go.
you done touched some folks this morning. Yeah, I don't think it's a right or wrong way, but I think everybody need to find their way.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
that hit,
biggest
what he
part
said
of
really
it. All
did
right,
make sense.
that hit the heart right
That
there.
hit.
Yeah, boy, you got us.
And
feeling
groceries
some type
are
of
so
way. I
expensive.
ain't see my kids till it was dark yesterday.
Right?
I don't like it.
He made me feel a certain type of way. Like, damn, like I felt for him right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your dog at home like, when he coming back? See that? You know what I'm saying? Your puppy is mad. You know what I'm saying?
Orlando and the Freak Show.
That was a good conversation,
It
man.
was.
Listen, and y'all better get up off Cheryl. I like what she had to say.
Thank you guys for watching the video. For all things wild, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.